Today we're going to be reviewing my Rikon 10-inch bandsaw. Now, I already did another video on this saw, and that was an unboxing and setup video. But in this video, I'm going to show you some different aspects of the saw. I'm going to show you the saw running right at the end, probably. And I'm really going to show you, go into detail on this saw, what I like, what I don't like, and I'm going to try to be as honest as possible with this. I really want this video to benefit you. Now, this is my new channel, KroyWoodWorks, and I had an old channel called Kroy225, which was all different videos mixed together. It varied from skiing and GoPro videos to woodworking videos. Now, the woodworkers that subscribe to me, I'm pretty sure that they don't want to get videos of skiing and other random videos I put out there. So I wanted to create this new channel in order to dedicate it just to woodworking for those woodworkers. Now, hopefully you'll subscribe, and I really do hope that you do. And I want you to stick around for plenty of more videos to come. There's going to be tools, I'm going to do projects, and more. So hopefully you'll stick around. The first thing I'm going to talk about with this saw is the design. And I think Rikon put a lot of thought into how they built this saw. It's built very well, and it's very compact, which is really nice. You're able to take the saw, set it up on your workbench, and when you're done with it for the day, set it back underneath. And that's really good for some shops. Okay, next I'm going to show you inside this door here. Now, to open the door, you just turn these two knobs, and that's all there is to it. After that, just go ahead and open the door up. The door swings nice and easy, which is real good when you need to do blade changes and stuff like that. You don't want a door that locks up, and that well-swinging door, it does show some quality. Again, in here, as you can see, they have these little metal pieces on the wheel, and that's to balance the wheel out. And it's real nice that they did it at the factory for you, instead of making you try and figure out how this wheel is, you're going to actually balance this wheel. Up here, you can see the tensioning mechanism, which really does feel like it's built very well. And up top here, you can see the tensioning knob. Okay, now we're going to take a look at this lower cabinet, and as you can see, this opens nice and easily. The wheel spins nice and easily, and that's because of these nice bearings, as well as the belt drive in here. Now, this is a belt-driven saw. The motor's mounted right over here, and it's got this nice belt that seems like it's going to hold up over time. Again, spins real nice because of that. And also up here, you can see this added feature that Rikon added is this little brush here that just cleans the sawdust off of the wheel, and that's really nice. Now, over here is this dust collection port, which I think that's a really good spot to put that. It does collect a lot of the dust that shoots off here and goes directly in there and gets sucked right into my dust collection system. Now, there is some sawdust on this wheel, there's some in here, but, you know, dust collection can't be perfect, and, you know, that's really good enough for me. Whenever I'm working on a big project, at the end of that project, I'll just clean this out, and it will be just fine for me, and that's not that big of an inconvenience. Now, here we've got the power switch, we've got the lockout piece. If you don't want children using it, or really anybody for that matter, you can just take this with you, and they can't power it up. Now, over here, this little slot here is to take your blade out when you need to. Back here, you can see where the power cord comes from. Down here's a 1/3 horsepower motor, which a lot of people say is underpowered, but you know, for me, it's absolutely fine. I've gone through cherry, poplar, pine, all different types of wood, all different densities, and it seems to work just fine. Now, once you get to resawing, I think that's when it's going to struggle, but I haven't gotten to much resawing, so, you know, it's not that big of an issue for me, and if I do need to do a big resawing project, I'll probably just borrow someone else's bandsaw that's bigger, and I can get that job done. And over here is this little bolt, so you can set the table down on the head of that bolt, and it will stop the table right at 90 degrees. Now back here you can see that dust collection port, as well as this upper and lower trunnion, and I'll give you a quick peek underneath the table there, just so you can see that. Okay, now this tabletop is really nice and solid. Now, it's not super solid. It does vibrate a little bit when I'm cutting. Not a ton, but just enough to knock over a nickel when I set it up on its end on this table. So if anybody knows how to fix that, please comment, and because I really need to figure out how to fix that. It also just could be my inexperience with bandsaws. I might just not be setting this right. Something like that. Please comment if you know how to fix that. Now, also here, you see the fence moves nice and smooth and locks down nice and tight, and you've got this ruler up here to set your distance from the fence to the blade. Now, the one thing that I don't like is I don't like this blade guard, and I mean the blade guard I like itself, in itself, but it's a little bit off. When I'm moving this up and down, as you can see now, the bearing is now touching the blade, and again, I don't like that, because then I have to, whenever I move this up and down, I have to reset those bearings to different spots. So I gotta figure out how to fix that. But overall, it is a really compact blade guard, but it's very effective. Okay, now in here you can see these ball bearing blade guides and the thrust bearing in the back here, and I'm just going to show that these really do work nice and good. I like that they included the bearings in the package and not cool blocks. Personally, I just prefer the bearings, and it really does, it works pretty good. So I'm very happy with those. Now, if you want to figure out how to, if you want to know how to set these properly, then go to the bandsaw setup video, or unboxing and setup video that I had on my old channel, Kroy225. And that should give you enough information to know how to set these. And also, I'm gonna move the camera down. They're underneath the table too, and we'll take a look at those just to show you. As you can see under here, these are the blade guides as well as the thrust bearing, and to get to those better, you just open up the door. Now, to demonstrate this saw, I'm gonna be using some scrap pieces of wood because I don't want to waste too much wood. And then I'm going to be using a piece of cherry from a recent project, just to show you cutting through hardwood as well as softwood. This is 1/2-inch birch plywood, and I'm just gonna show you a demonstration on this. So let's get right to that. Okay, so that just about wraps up the review of my Rikon 10-inch bandsaw. Now, the last few things I'm going to say about it are that I really do like this saw. Its compact design is real nice in my small shop, and even those of you that have much bigger shops than I do would be glad to have this saw in their shop. This is great to put a smaller blade in than you may have in your 14-inch bandsaw or even 18-inch bandsaw, and that really allows you to get a lot tighter curves, and this is really a really versatile little saw. So it's real good for those of you who maybe don't even need a bandsaw that often. You just maybe need a little bit of work on it. This is great to store underneath the bench and pull out whenever you need it. Now, that's pretty much all that I'm going to say about this. If you think that I left any part of this review out, please contact me or leave it in the comments. I would really appreciate it, and I can maybe put a video out for you answering that question, or maybe even putting out another video on this saw. Now, whether you like this video or not, please click down below or off to the side, wherever that button is. Please click the subscribe button. It really helps me, and I would really like if you did.